How big is the MAGA movement's influence over Europe's far right? In its new national security strategy, the US praises patriotic parties in Europe and says it wants to cultivate resistance to the status quo, spelling out its anti-EU rhetoric clearer than ever before. Let's take a look at the links between Trump's US and the far right here in Europe. Since Trump took office, politicians far to the right of Europe's political spectrum have been lining up to visit Washington.
There is an interest and intention from certain members of the administration to influence the European political landscape.
Quick recap, far-right parties have been gaining popularity in many European countries, but it's still relatively rare to find them in government. It seems Washington wants to change that. US President and his team even went as far as to publicly support some parties in national elections, something that is usually frowned upon. One example, in Germany's snap election, both then-advisor Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance endorsed the far-right Alternative for Germany party.
These parties in Europe and MAGA movement in the United States challenge really the fundamentals of the political systems that we live in. So when such forces cooperate, it is not simply a cooperation of like-minded parties potentially seeking joint solutions to policy problems.
Remember this, the Heritage Foundation? The US architects of the conservative Project 2025 have been actively forging like-minded partnerships in Europe too.
Heritage also plays an important role in outreach towards new partners. For example, in France, in Germany, the organization is trying to build up a network to build its ties to like-minded far-right parties.
So is this the real transatlantic alliance of the future? Well, it might not be all smooth sailing. Russia is a major sticking point, since some EU hard right leaders are staunch Ukraine supporters. Others, not so much. And Trump himself is a sticking point too, because anti-American sentiments still run deep among some far-right voters in Europe. France's National Rally is keeping MAGA at an arm's length.
Some of the measures of the Trump administration, for example, the tariffs, may also very much hit in the end the voter base of far-right parties as well.
The biggest challenge for Europe's far-right is translating their popularity into real political power. So they will have to carefully weigh up whether Trump's backing will help or possibly even hurt their chances of getting into office.